internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. This is going to be a very interesting topic, and a lot of you guys are going to be very intrigued by today's episode. We're going to get into AI, artificial intelligence. We're going to get into universal basic income, which is a very important topic. It has been tested on a mass scale. We all know it has been tested. We're going to get into that. And we're also going to get into and continue Donald Trump's interview transcript, fully fact-checked. And you got to listen to what he says here and what's going on behind the scenes with him and Jamie Dimon. You really cannot make any of this stuff up. It is playing out exactly as we all said would play out like. The whole crypto market is, crashing, but a lot of people are going to just focus on XRP and say, oh my goodness, XRP is down 6%. When the whole crypto ecosystem is crashing, we are bound to get a little bit of a retracement and then continue our way back up. We are at infancy stages. And what's crazy is you guys know that we have been saying that for a very long time on this channel. And I kid you not, we have Trump saying the exact same thing, which just completely blows my mind. But you guys know this famous video in 2022 at the World Government Summit telling you what they're doing and what they're transitioning into. They told you, and look at it, how it's playing out. Look at the progression where we are today.
And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital.
And the video by AI is going to be with Elon Musk at the most recent government summit, which is going to completely blow your mind. But check this out. So in the transcript, Donald Trump went on to say, so we have a good foundation, he talks about, for crypto. It's a baby. It's an infant right now. I honestly cannot believe this because you guys know the OG individuals. This is exactly the way I speak about it. Smash that like button. But I don't want to be responsible for allowing another country to take over this. And so I think we're going to be good. Also, I've gotten to know people in the industry. They're top flight people. And you ask Jamie Dimon, Jamie was, very negative. And now all of a sudden, he's changed his tune a little bit. I wonder why. Is it because Donald Trump is pampering him and offering him something, not, another option other than be a CEO? Donald Trump is considering Jamie Dimon Treasury Secretary after a Love Fest CEO meeting. The JP Morgan Chase CEO has said he has thought about serving in one capacity or another. And this was just published yesterday. So those closed-door meetings that I talked about, those famous meetings, I wonder what's going on behind the scenes. But we know that Ripple has laid out the foundation. And think about how the XRP, now I don't think anybody has really realized this. Think about the fact that XRP is regulated with Trump pushing this ecosystem. This is huge. This is huge. XRP is the only digital asset right now, you could say Bitcoin, Ethereum, that has legitimate clarity, and every lawsuit that occurs, everybody comes back to Ripple and uses them as a reference. Ripple set the standard, no arguing that whatsoever. And now, let's get into what Elon Musk has to say here.
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. Okay. What to do about mass unemployment? This is going to be a massive social challenge. And I think ultimately we will have to have some kind of universal basic income. I don't think we're going to have a choice.
Universal basic income.
Universal basic income. I think it's going to be necessary.
So it means that unemployed people will be paid across the globe.
Yeah.
Because there is no job. machine robot is taking over?
That's simply and I want to be clear that these are not things that I think that I wish would happen. These are simply things that I think probably will happen. And if my assessment is correct and they probably will happen, then we need to say, what are we going to do about it? And I think some kind of a universal basic income is going to be necessary. Now, the output of goods and services will be extremely high. So with automation, there will come abundance. There will be almost everything will get very cheap. I think the biggest. I think we'll just end up doing a universal basic income. It's going to be necessary. The harder challenge, much harder challenge, is how do people then have meaning? Like a lot of people, they derive their meaning from their employment. So if you don't have, if you're not needed, if there's not a need for your labor, how do you? What's the meaning? Do you have meaning? Do you feel useless? That's a much harder problem to deal with.
I mean, universal basic income, for all the individuals that know, I mean, I know this was coming. And this is being pushed again in the most recent government summit. Why is this important? Well, you guys remember 2022, what she said about the blockchain, and look at the progression right now where we are. And a couple of years from now, when we have universal basic income, and they already tested universal basic income right in front of our faces. Some of you guys may have missed it, but I'll tell you. Remember CB19 when the whole pandemic happened, right? And the economy shut down and everybody was given some paychecks? Well, that was their test, okay? They did it on a mass scale for the entire planet. And let alone, we're not gonna know what the results are or what kind of results they're looking for. It has been tested in England just a year ago. And it was also, I'm not going to pay for this Washington Post magazine, but it was also tested in the States. Universal basic income has been tested repeatedly. It works, and will they adopt is what they're saying here. And then even in Canada, what is the basic income and how would it impact me? The scary part is this is so recent, May 10th, 2024, this is from Canada. So you could see the progression, and you can see the World Economic Forum as well, just last year talking about, does UBI work? These countries are putting it to the test. And this is the next stage, because once AIs roll in, things are going to get very interesting. Even when blockchain technology gets integrated and the systems, change, there's a lot of middlemen, like Swift individuals, not just Swift individuals, but individuals that are working within banking sectors, that are working at wire departments, etc. There's different roles. You're not really going to need that when you're having payments being done instantly. So there's going to be a lot of layoffs. There's going to be a lot of transitions. There's going to be a lot of AI jobs coming. And the best part about this is they'll still collect taxes with AIs. AIs are probably going to get paid high salaries. It sounds crazy, but trust me, you got to get the economy still going. They're probably going to get paid high salaries, and they're always going to pay their taxes. So it's always going to be good, right? So think about that. And a lot of people will just take the basic income. And it's crazy what Elon Musk even said at the end about, meaningless.
The harder challenge, much harder challenge, is how do people then have meaning? Like a lot of people, they derive their meaning from their employment.
If you don't really have anything, and you know what, maybe that's a way they want to bring up the suicide rate. I don't know, right? You got to look at this from every different angle. It's very scary. When they all got together back in, I believe it was 2003, about, depopulating everything. And if we reach 10 billion people, that's a lot of people, et cetera, et cetera. But you guys have seen it. Come on, with all the events that have been taking place right now, I think everybody is well educated enough to see the kind of world we live in today. And if you don't take advantage of this whole crypto wealth transfer, then you're really going to get left behind. you're really going to get left behind, because once AI comes, once this thing really gets picked up, think about it. AI hasn't even been regulated yet. Crypto is regulated because it makes the money go around. It's going to move the entire economy. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And I cannot wait. People have no idea what's about to happen for XRP. People do not understand the magnitude of this thing at all. Like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, it's going to age really well. The fact that the value of XRP has remained where it has since inception is extremely, extremely bullish. Very, very bullish in terms of even showing market stability and price stability in a way, because even in the future, volatility is always going to be there. So XRP at $100 with a spread to $110, right? There's a $10 spread in between. That is going to be totally fine. Again, time will settle all our arguments. Things are going to get absolutely insane. People have no idea what's about to come.
Building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.